Hi, I'm Jeff, and you're here. Before we get started, Black lives do have and will always matter. There'll be links in the description for you to check out. And as always, it is our responsibility to protect Black women every single day. So, Merry Bookmas. This is my first Bookmas, and I'm super excited. If you don't know what Bookmas is, it is basically just a readathon, but like for videos. A videoathon run by Hailey in Bookland. I love her channel so much. I'll link her channel below and her announcement video below. Yeah, so day one is your December TBR, and for that, you already know we finna play Pros and Pineapples. If you're new, and I did get quite a bit of new subscribers, so welcome. I have pros in this pink pineapple. I'll roll 2 die, see what number I get. That's the number of pros I'm picking. And this month I actually have a TBR card. The goal is to get through all of these books. There's 30 in here, I think, or like 29 or something. So there might be 2 TBRs this month, but don't quote me because y'all already know I'm really bad when it comes to timing. But anyway, I'm rambling. Hope you guys like the new intro. Did I play that yet? I don't think I did, so here it goes. Two die, we finna roll, we finna see what number we get. Historically, I've never been hit with anything. Yes? I want to say it. Go ahead.
I don't know because I cannot see you.
Oh, you don't know because you can't see me?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
You're so beautiful.
I know. Thank you.
Chicka chicka boo boo.
Oh, you're so rude. How you want chicken? You're so rude.
Chicka boo boo. Chicka boo boo.
And yeah. So I rolled a 7, which is really good because I also have the books on my end of the year tag video to finish too. So we're looking at like 11 books total, but this video is only gonna have the 7 that I'm about to pull right now. Girl, let me take a sip of coffee because these prompts be having your girl stressed. Honestly. Number 1, a book with a pink cover. Like an all pink cover or pink on the... Girl, I made this up. I could do whatever I want. For that, I'll be reading Kevin Kwan's Sex and Vanity. This is going to be my first Kevin Kwan book because although I do have Crazy Rich Asians, I haven't picked it up yet. I'm gonna read you the little pink blurb. The iconic author, hey mom, how are you, boo? Okay. The iconic author of the best-selling phenomenon Crazy Rich Asians returns with a glittering tale of love and longing as a young woman finds herself torn between 2 worlds, the WASP establishment of her father's family and George Zhao, a man she is desperately trying to avoid falling in love with. Romance. Look, y'all, I'm really trying with this romance thing. I'm really trying. But I bet not get another romance book for this month. Okay? Number 2, book with no romance. Hallelujah. I knew when I wrote these. Sorry. I love love. I do. I promise I do. I just don't want it in my books. Our bet. For that, we're going to be reading Simone St. James's The Sundown Motel. Carly Kirk, she has an aunt named Aunt Viv, and in 1982, Aunt Viv moves to New York City and she takes a job as a night clerk at the Sundown Motel in New York, but something isn't right at the motel, right? So now we're in 2017. Carly Kirk, she just keeps hearing stories about her aunt and this motel. She mysteriously disappeared before Carly was even born, and Carly moves to Feld, New York, visits the motel, and she realizes that nothing has changed since 1982, and she soon finds herself ensnared in the same mysteries that claimed her aunt. Now look, I don't know what these mysteries are, but I'm not expecting romance unless it's like a ghost situation. You know that movie with Patrick Swayze? I know y'all know, but hope not. Number 3, a book you meant to read in 2019. I don't have one of those on here, so I'm gonna put this back and we're gonna do number 3 again. Number 3, again, twisted fairy tale retelling. Hey, dab on them, period. For that, y'all, I'm finna read Unbirthday.
This book is so heavy. I need to email the author and figure out what the weight of the paper she's using, because these books are always so heavy.
Child. Anyway, so
this is a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. I guess she went to Wonderland before. She comes back, and you know, she's just a photographer, just living her life, taking pictures, amateur photographer, and she's also a feminist, which, you know, it's Alice, so I can't expect her to not be one. The picture she's taking, after she develops them, she sees the faces of the people in Wonderland. So Tweedledee, Tweedledum, the Mad Hatter, the Cheshire Cat, Absalom, I hope, because he's my favorite character. But when she would see their faces in these pictures she's taking, but they looked like they were distressed, like they were hurt, that they needed help. And she would take a self-portrait, and when she developed it, it would be herself, but she looked like she was in peril. So now she has to go to Wonderland, figure out what's really good, what's gooey. Is Wonderland combining with the real world? And if so, what would that mean? We're gonna find out. 4, plants? I guess we're doing another fairy tale retelling. Won't you do it though? This is All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller. It is the untold story of Cinderella's stepmother. Deckled pages. This is about Agnes. So Agnes was a peasant. She started an apprenticeship at the age of 10. I think it was an apprenticeship, right? Yeah, laundress lady's apprentice at the age of 10. She had no friends. She was like, you know, really just stuck. She finds herself in this creepy man's house, and using, as in the book it says, her wits and using her wits and ingenuity, she ends up leaving this man's house where she was working the laundress, and it was what did I say? She ends up becoming a housemaid for this really important woman, but I guess something happens. She ends up going back to the Adviceford Manor with, how you say it? It says Advice and Ford. The Adviceford Manor, where, you know, the creepy man was, and she became his daughter's handmaiden or caretaker, Cinderella, and she ends up becoming the stepmother to this child. But she was really struggling to even love Cinderella in the first place, but now, you know, she became her mother, and this is just her story. We will see. Number 5, Own Voices author. We're gonna read This Is My America because Own Voices, and the topic is something that I'm really passionate about. So yeah, Tracy Beaumont. This book is about 17-year-old Tracy Beaumont. Her father was wrongfully arrested, convicted, and sentenced to death row for a crime he did not commit. And every week she writes letters to Innocence X, which is a nonprofit organization that helps people who have been wrongfully convicted get, you know, retrials you know, with new evidence and stuff. So every week she's writing these letters, trying to get them to help her dad, and her dad has 275 days left before he's to be executed. They have already given a date. Her brother Jamal is a promising track star where they're from, and the police wrongfully arrest him too for killing a white girl. And so now Tracy has to not only get her father out of jail, who has 275 days left, she also has to get her brother, because her dad's in prison. She also has to get her brother out of jail, probably prison as well. And she's noticing the racism and the microaggressions and the just everything that she didn't think that her small town had. She's noticing it now because everyone's turned on her brother, and y'all used to love him, you know, when he was running for y'all and giving y'all awards and stuff. And let me just get on my soapbox a little bit and say that I'm so excited about this book. First of all, Innocence X, there's something like that exists, the Innocence Project, and it's literally one of my dreams to work for them. And they basically help get men and women who have been wrongfully convicted of crimes new trials, and they help exonerate them. And I just think that's amazing because 1 in 4 people on death row is actually innocent. So I'm just so excited to read this, and I'm so glad that I'm reading it this month, period. Number 6, a classic.
What is that?
Number 6, book you can read in a day. Riot Baby. I'm giving y'all the face because y'all see the author. Y'all know the vibes. This is...
I'm gonna have Tochi cut me a check.
But this is Tochi Onyebuchi's Riot Baby. This is his first adult fantasy. All his other books, Beast Made of Night, Crown of Thunder, War Girls, Rebel Sisters, and he has a few short stories too. Okay, but his novels, this is his first adult fantasy novel. I'm gonna read y'all the little blurb. Elle has a thing. She sees a classmate grow up to become a caring nurse, a neighbor's son murdered in a drive-by shooting. Things that haven't happened yet. Kev, born while Los Angeles burned around them, wants to protect his sister from a power that could destroy her. But when Kev is incarcerated, Ella must decide what it means to watch her brother suffer while holding the ability to wreck cities in her hands. Rooted in the hope that can live in anger, Riot Baby is as much an intimate family story as a global dystopian narrative. It burns fearlessly toward revolution and has quietly devastating things to say about love, fury, and the Black American experience. Ella and Kev are both shockingly human and immeasurably powerful. Their childhoods are defined and destroyed by racism. Their futures might alter the world. I don't know if I never read the inside of this book before. That just gave me chills. Because this book only has 173 pages, so I can definitely knock this out in a day. For real. Last, but certainly not least, we have read a graphic novel / manga. Now, I'm making right now an executive decision that this is not number 7, but I will still read one. All right, so I guess our penultimate book will be Tokyo Ghoul, the Monster Edition. It is the first 3 written by, what is his name? Written by Sui Ishida. They are zombies, but like not really, but like kinda. And our main character's name is, what is his name? Let me turn it to the right way. Our main character, Ken Kaneki, he gets bitten, he gets turned, and now he has to battle himself because he is, trying to resist the urge to eat other people and battle with his humanity because he can't tell his people that now he's a zombie because they'll tell the police and the police will kill him. But yeah, this is the first 3. So for real, number 7. Read a book with blue on the cover. We're gonna be reading Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. I heard that it's good social commentary, and y'all know the whole booktube fiasco that happened around this book, the whole performative activism thing. We're not gonna get into it because, you know, I don't really have a say because I was not a part of the booktube community before this event occurred. But as a viewer, I just want to say that that was really shady. Anyway, so here's what I think, right? Alex is this white woman. Amira works for her. Racial profiling happens, and now Alex wants to help Amira, but unfortunately for Amira and a lot of Black people, we are very precautious when it comes to accepting help from white people because unfortunately it is really performative, and it, you know, really is sometimes just for show. And even though that might not be the case, even though, you know, sometimes white people really do just want to help, but unfortunately for us, we just have to be extra cautious about that because we can very easily become the token Black person that proves that, you know, white people use as proof. Oh no, I'm not racist because I helped this person out. You know what I'm saying? So this book just explores that, and I'm very excited to read that because, like I said, like the booktube book Twitter drama that was surrounding this book, now that I've broken it down like that, now it makes sense why that was really ironic. And y'all know I'm gonna have stuff to say about this book. Oh no, that's all I have for you today. I have to go because yes, I'm trying to record 3 videos today, so I have more videos to record, and then after that, as y'all know, I have more books to read. But I will see you seeing me in the next one. Bye.